Hello and welcome back to English Story Plus. I'm happy you are here. Feel free to use subtitles if that helps you. Let's start. It was a rainy Sunday. I didn't want to go outside. The sky was gray, and the sound of rain was soft and steady. I sat by the window with a cup of tea. My phone was in my hand, as always. I didn't have any big plans. Just a quiet day at home. I opened a photo app and looked at old pictures. Some made me laugh. Some made me miss people. Then I opened a social app. I didn't have anything to share myself. I just wanted to scroll through. There were pictures of cats, food, books, and funny videos. One post caught my eye. It was a simple photo of a rainy window, just like mine. The caption said, "A rainy day, a warm drink, and some time to breathe, that's enough." I smiled. Those words felt like my own. I looked at the username, UStudio. I didn't know this person, but the photo and the words stayed with me. I tapped on their profile. I saw pictures of guitars, rainy streets, and simple drawings. One picture was a small sketch of a cat with glasses. Everything looked nice. It had a soft, quiet feeling. I liked the photo. Then I closed the app and looked outside. The rain was still falling. But now, I felt a little curious about this person. I didn't expect anything to happen. But the next day, I saw a notification. Someone liked the photo I posted. It was a picture of my new umbrella. The username was UStudio. I was surprised. Did they look at my profile too? I opened their page again. This time, I saw a new photo. It showed a cup of coffee and a guitar in the background. The caption said, "Rainy days are perfect for music and warm drinks." It made me smile inside. So I left a small comment. Just a few words. Nice vibe. Very calming. I didn't think too much about it. But then, they replied. It was a simple message. "Thanks. Glad you liked it." And that's how it started. It didn't start with any big words or deep questions. Just a small moment. On a rainy day. After that first message, we started to talk. Not every day, just sometimes. At the beginning, we kept it simple. We talked about music. He liked playing the acoustic guitar. We didn't ask personal questions. No, where do you live? No, what's your real name? It felt nice to keep things simple. Sometimes, I shared a photo. It was a photo of my cup of tea, my sketchbook, or a sunset from my window. He always noticed the small things. His messages were gentle. They were short, but warm. They were friendly, but not too close. There was a calm feeling between us. It wasn't fast or slow. It was just easy. Little by little, Sending messages to him became part of my day. It was simple, but it made me happy. He never asked too many questions, but he always listened. Even in short messages, I felt like he understood me. One night, I wrote, "Today was hard. Just tired." He answered, "It's okay. Just rest. I'll be here." It wasn't much, but it stayed in my heart. We started to share more. We talked about books we liked. We shared songs we loved. Just little things. I didn't know someone could feel so close, without a voice. I never saw his face. I didn't know his real name. We were still careful, but we were honest. Sometimes I thought, if I meet him one day, what would I say? One morning, I opened the app on my phone. There were no new messages. That was okay. Sometimes we both needed quiet time. That was how we talked. No pressure. But the next day, still nothing. And the day after that, I checked his profile. No new posts. No stories. Nothing at all. I waited. Maybe he was busy. Maybe his phone was dead. Or maybe he just needed time alone. But then a small thought came into my head. Did I do something wrong? I read our last messages again. They were fine. Even kind. Nothing strange. Still, the silence felt louder each day. I sent a short message. Hope everything's okay. No reply. I kept opening the app again and again. Each time, I hoped to see his name. Online. Typing. Anything. But there was nothing. Just silence. I started to wonder. Was I just someone he talked to for a while? Or did something happen? And not knowing was the hardest part. It was another rainy day. The sky was gray, and the rain was soft. I went to a small cafe near the train station. I ordered a cup of tea and sat by the window. The cafe was quiet. Some people were reading. Some were working on laptops. Others were talking in low voices. Then the door opened. A man walked in. He had a guitar case on his back. His hair was a little wet from the rain. He looked around and sat in the corner. I looked at him once. Then again. There was something about him that felt familiar. But I didn't know why. He took out a small sketchbook and a pencil. Then he started to draw. I tried not to stare, but it was hard. I felt something. Something I couldn't explain. When I finished my tea, I thought about leaving. But something made me stay a little longer. The man with the guitar case was still sitting in the corner. He wasn't doing much, just sketching now and then, looking out the window. There was nothing strange about him. But I found myself looking at him again. Not because of his face, but because there was something familiar. Then, he picked up his phone. The screen turned on for a second. And on the back of his phone was a sticker. A small cat with round glasses. My heart skipped. It couldn't be. But the drawing he was working on. A rainy window, a guitar, the same little cat. It was too much to be a coincidence. He looked up at that exact moment, and our eyes met. Just then, my phone made a sound. I looked down for a second. When I looked up, he was looking my way. Not straight at me, just near me. Then, his eyes met mine. They grew a little wider. That umbrella, the one with the flowers and raindrops on it? He glanced at the bag near my feet. He remembered. Yes, you liked the photo I took of it. He gave a small laugh. I did. It was cheerful. He put down his pencil and looked at me again. It's nice to finally meet you, he said. His voice was soft, a little shy. You too, I replied. You studio. He laughed gently. You can just call me you. It was him. You studio. The person who sent kind messages and drew sweet pictures. He looked down for a second, then smiled. Would you join me for another cup of tea? That night, he posted a new drawing. It showed a rainy window, 2 cups of tea, and a phone between them. He wrote, a rainy day, a message lost, a warm drink. That's enough. Listen and speak. Listen carefully and try to speak along with me. I don't have any big plans. I don't have any big plans. I tapped on their profile. I tapped on their profile. I felt a little curious about this person. I felt a little curious about this person. I didn't expect anything to happen. I didn't expect anything to happen. I tried not to stare. I tried not to stare. It couldn't be. It couldn't be. It's nice to finally meet you. It's nice to finally meet you. Would you join me for another cup of tea? Would you join me for another cup of tea? Thank you for being here today. Let's keep practicing together, and see you next time with a new story.